Hi everyone, I'm back with the covered thing, and I'll tell you what I did. So basically I just have three 12 by 12 sheets of paper, and the reason why you need three, of course, it has more panels, and so I have one for the cover and the inside cover, and then the very inside cover I have three different sheets of paper. And of course you can do this any way you like, but essentially you will need three sheets of paper. And so anyways, so I have the blue right here, and the wood is going to match the wood on the middle outside. And so this is the paper stack that I used. It's the Desert Dream by Recollections. And so I use this, and also the wood pieces of paper are from the Playtime paper stack from DCWV a long time ago. And so anyways, what I'm going to go ahead and do is now do the inside cover, or not the inside cover, sorry, the inside pages. So I have two 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper that I need to trim down. And I'm going to trim them, since the cover is 8 inches, my sheets of paper that are covering all of the covers are 7 3/4 by 6 inches. So I want to do 7.5, so that way the pages in the inside, you can still see the pretty design around it. So I'm going to cut out 7.5. Alright. And then we'll have plenty of room to play with. When the reason why I made it at least 6 inches wide is because half of an 8.5 of 11 is 5.5. So you want enough room to kind of play with. And so we're going to take this here. So 5.5 is the half, but we're not going to score it there. We're going to score it 1/8 of an inch over. And you can make this wider, of course, but this is for the 3/4 side. So I only want it about 1/4 of an inch thick, because I'm not going to put a lot of embellishments in there. So let's see, it's 1, 2, 3. So you're going to score it at 3 5/8. Sorry, you're going to score it at 5 3/8 of an inch, and then 5 5/8 of an inch. So that's around the 5.5 mark. And we're going to do the same on this one, except for make it a little bit wider because of that 1 inch gusset. So we're going to do 5 1/4, and then we're going to do 5 3/4. So, and you'll see my method of madness here when we put them on the hinges. Oh, and for the hinge pieces of paper, I just used a 7 3/4 by 3-inch paper to cover those hinges. Alright, so there's one fold, and here's another fold. Alright, and if at any time you want to add your corner punches here, you can go ahead and do that, but this one I think I'm going to leave plain today. So then we're going to bend this one, and we're going to bend it the other way. It's always harder when it's smaller. Like the 1/4 inch and the 1/8 inch gussets are a little bit smaller, so, or harder to work with. Alright, so now you have these two lovely pieces of paper. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your glue or tape, whatever you want to use. I don't want to use score tape. I really like using this glue for my hinges, and I always use it in my videos, but this one, it works with a lot of temperatures for me. So, whoops, I'm doing a sloppy job there. So, you want to go ahead and place that where you feel the middle is, and you could always measure it out if you like, but I'm pretty good at guesstimating now, and I have images on here. I can kind of follow the guideline. Okay. So, before it dries, I'm going to make sure it's straight, actually. Alright, so there's that. And I'm just going to let that dry flat for a second, because I don't want to mess with it while it's still wet and, you know, mess it up. So Gonna go ahead and do that spine, and I'm gonna follow the middle of this spine, but also line it up with this paper. So again, we're gonna let that sit for a second. And so I did choose out some papers that I want to use. It's Desert Dreams, so in my last Desert Dreams video, I wanted to use opposite paper that I didn't use before. So there's pages in here that you haven't seen from the stack. And so I'm just going to trim these down real quick. And since our pages are 7.5, we're going to trim them down to 7 1/4 by 5 3/4. Sorry, should finish my sentence before I go ahead. All right, so we're going to do 7 1/4, and I just keep all those scraps because you can do lots of stuff with them. And before I cut that down, I better measure. Measure twice, cut once. I always say that. My husband gets annoyed of that because he works with wood too, and sometimes he messes up on some projects, but I always tell him, you know, measure twice, cut once. He's got it now, but before, in the beginning, he hated me telling him that. Alright, so we're gonna measure these pages. So this one is going to be, and you know what, since it's going to be covered, I'm very forgetful. So this one's going to be 5 1/4, and it should be the same on this side. So yeah, 5 1/4. And these ones should be 5 1/8. But of course, I'm going to check this side to make sure. Yep. So let's go ahead and cut those down to size. So basically, since they're dry now, this is how your book is going to lay. And you can also, you know, if you wanted to, you can do this side first or in this side, but I like to do them overlapping, so it kind of looks a lot more fun. And then, see, this is the inside of your book, and in the inside it leaves you with a lot of space, so that way you're going to have 2 times as much embellishments in there, if that makes sense. And so, anyways, this is the way my book is going to open. So, good thing I double checked that. Alright, so, of course, I'm actually going to do it this way. There we go. So 5 1/4 is what we want to do. I really like this cactus paper. It's so cute. Alright. So I got for that side. And then we'll cut for the other side. 5 1/4. Alright. And then this one should be 5 1/8. So you should only need like 8 pieces of paper. Or you can use 4 12 by 12 sheets and just cut them down and have repeating patterns. So I'm just trying to see what patterns I want to double up on. Because like I said, it's going to be a simple album. It's not going to be, you know, I don't think I'm going to make it for anyone specific. It's really just for tutorial purposes. So, alright. So, I think I want this paper showing here. And I'm going to get my double-sided tape. And of course, this is the part where if you wanted to ink any of the edges, you could. But, whoops, sorry. Let me go check the camera, see if I'm still in frame. But I'm not going to ink any of these. Oh, I totally placed that wrong. Oh, well. Sorry, let me get this at an angle. I'm shooting at an angle because I have a hutch above my scrapbook desk, so. I mix these papers up. Of course I would do that. Alright, so these are all for that side of paper. Alright, so I think for this side I'm going to do this pretty yellow cactus paper. And that comes with a lot of pretty tags in it, so it's a really fun one to use quick embellishments with. Alright, and so for this side, do I want to use the mountain, or do I want to, maybe this one? It looks so pretty. Alright, and so that's why, whoop, I ran out of tape. Time to use glue. And I've got time to refill it. Alright, and so, of course, if you use the same 4 sheets of paper for all 8 pages, you'll have to make sure, you know, be very careful of what the design of the book is going to look like on one. Is that? Oh my gosh, see, I'm so forgetful. I already forgot which side I put these on. So this is 5 1/4. So yeah, this one was right. Alright, there we go. And then we're going to open it up. And this should be... These should be my 5. I'm going to put that there. That way I don't forget. Alright, so these two are my 5 1/4. And I think... Do I want that there? Yeah. That way I don't have doubled up patterns. Come on. Alright, and essentially you could always decorate the spine if you wanted right here, but since it's a small gusset, I'm not going to. So, let's see how this lays flat. Maybe I want that one there. And this one too, I mean, it could be beautiful enough with just pictures in it, you know. It'll be flat enough, and all you have to do is include a few, like, stickers or 3-dimensional stickers, or, you know, homemade embellishments that they can just stick in there themselves, and I think that would be just as beautiful. Alright. And so, I mean, if you are stuck on, you know, what to put in these albums, there's tons and tons of Trifolio videos around to get you through, or you can always look at mine. I mean, you know, I just did simple embellishments on mine, and so I'll show you what it looks like once I put these papers down. Okay. Alright, and the last page. And see, in my last album, I did a waterfall in here. And there's plenty of tutorials on waterfalls, but of course, if you would like one, let me know. And I could essentially show you guys. Because that's a fairly simple one to do. Alright, so, or you could put a pocket in here, or belly band. Alright, so I'm going to show you what it looks like, all closed up. So there's the inside of your book, and then, whoop, I need to make sure to put this flap on top. I should post it on there. See what I mean when I'm like a forgetful person? So I'm going to write on their cover so I don't forget. Alright, so this is the cover, because this is the way, oh my gosh. Look at what I just did. Now it's going to have to be, this is going to have to be the cover, because I put my designs on the other way. Alright, so this is the cover. Alright, and then when you open it up, this is going to be your page designs. Alright, so I hope you guys like this tutorial. Thank you for putting up with my mistakes and whatnot, but yeah, that's what we got, guys. And so, of course, you can alter this however you want, and if you actually do it the right way, I should have put on the pages this way, but of course, I'm a nerd. So, alright, well, you guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you guys later. Bye!